have new information tonight on the Erin Maxwell case after defense lawyers try to lower the bail of murder suspect Alan Jones. Good evening. I'm Jackie Robinson.
I'm Matt Mulcahy. We've been following this case closely since it broke at the end of August. Investigators say the 11-year-old girl was strangled inside her Palermo home. She was taken to University Hospital where she later died. Detectives spent weeks trying to put together the case. They eventually charged her parents, Lynn and Lindsay Maxwell, with endangering the welfare of a child for allegedly filthy living conditions, and Alan Jones, the stepbrother, for murder. Today, Jones was in Oswego County court with hopes of lowering his bail. Action News was there and obtained new documents and information in the case. Jim Kenyon has been digging for this new information. He has more.
Alan Jones has been in jail since his arrest October 7th for the strangulation murder of his stepsister, Erin Maxwell. His attorney, Sal Lanza, tried to convince Judge James Metcalf to lower his bail by making public documents supplied by the DA's office.
This is the entire discovery report. There is nothing that can tie Alan Jones to this murder. Nothing whatsoever.
Lanza claims the DA's case is based on 4 criteria. That Jones must be guilty because he was the only person in the house with Erin, that police feel his statements were inconsistent and illogical, that he must be guilty because he's a pagan, and the polygraph examiner feels he exhibited deception. Among the documents is the 1-page autopsy report, which makes a brief reference to marks on Erin's neck. Jones claims she died of an accidental hanging, but sources close to the investigation tell me that the marks are in a straight line, as if she was strangled from behind with a rope. Lanza disputes that claim.
They are from the cervical collar that was placed by the emergency medical technicians on her neck.
So would that explain the idea that the marks on her neck were almost at a direct line rather than up at an angle?
No, in my opinion, after reviewing those photographs, the ligature marks were not straight. They were going upwards.
Yes.
Sort of like as we've been saying, as if she were hanging.
Judge Metcalf decided to keep Alan Jones' bail as is, $100,000 cash, $250,000 bond. In court were Lynn and Lindsay Maxwell, Erin's father and stepmother. They face 6 charges each of endangering the welfare of a child, accused of forcing Erin to live in a house full of animals with piles of feces and garbage, often locking her in a caged room with nothing to eat. The autopsy report released today claims there was nothing in Erin's stomach or intestines.
It's just awful to hear.
Yes, and once again, all the documents that we obtained today, we posted on our website, WSTM.com.
So, Jim, now what's going on with the judges? Judge Hafner had been presiding over the case. Now It's Judge Metcalf.
Just for this one hearing, as far as we can determine. Now, Judge Hafner has lodged a formal complaint against the assistant district attorney who's handling this case, Mary Rain. That's on an unrelated matter. Nevertheless, that he had convinced Chief Administrative Judge Jim Tormey to assign Metcalf to today's bail hearing. And it became apparent today in all the court wrangling that there is a great deal of tension in the courts between Judge Hafner and the DA's office here.
And we'll see how that colors the outcome of this case along the way.
Even Judge Hafner said he didn't really know whether he's going to be the judge to assign to this case throughout the whole duration.
Okay, more to come on that. Thank you, Jim.